now or never. Restoring our earth, and now or never. Now or never. It's time to make changes, and now or never. Now or never. For our children's children, and now or never. Now or never. Stop robbing our future, and now or never. Now or never. Restoring our earth, and now or never. Now or never. Loving fiercely, now or never. Now or never.
Dear Earth citizens, it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce this playful presentation as part of COP26, thanks to Glasgow University. If someone were to ask you, who are you? What would you reply in one sentence? If someone were to ask me, who are you? I would not tell them my name, my religion, my nation, my gender, or species, but rather say, I am an Earth citizen. Because this is much more basic and inclusive than any other form of identity. Would any of us be here today if there was no Earth? Recognizing our Earth citizenship evokes the reality that we all are a part of one planetary universal family. On this special occasion, we feel intimately bonded with all the participants of COP26, especially climate activists like Greta Thunberg, who offers a thundering challenge to the leaders and all of us. How dare you destroy our future? Today, we are speaking out for our Mother Earth as members of an interconnected, interdependent universe. We will do it through an art form called interplay that uses music and movement, story and silence to explore and express our body wisdom. So let us join in as interplayers from across the globe will animate and activate us to bring about change.
To welcome you all here today, and we begin our time together with a welcome to country, an acknowledgement of country. The way we're going to do this today is to allow your feet to land on the ground wherever you are, and to take a moment to soften your belly, bring your whole self here now. With a few breaths. And for me, I acknowledge that I'm on Gadigal country, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging of the Eora Nation. Always was, is and will be Indigenous land. And take a moment now to breathe into the country that you're on today and acknowledge your ancestry and acknowledge the First Peoples.
Feel free to participate and in ways that you feel comfortable, in ways that you feel invited, in ways that you feel honored. Since we are gathering or collecting or widening the circle to restore the earth, to restore the mother, to have our connection with the mother, just let's have a weather check-in. and a weather check-in would just mean what's your internal weather. And that weather can be in the form of sensations, feelings, thoughts, or memory in relationship to the mother, in relationship to the earth, whatever feels right for you. So as you continue to breathe, breath in, you want to pick your hands up, your legs up. If they go up spontaneously, feel free. Beautiful.
And so weather was very stormy, and I loved it because it brought everything, into the unknowingness and the strength and the velocity of it all. It was.
The wind is hot and blustery here today, which means the ocean is wild and choppy and crazy. And yet underneath there's this calm world that just moves in and out with the waves and the fish and everything.
With everything that's been happening, just wanting to break out and stretch. With also a lot of angst and, feeling stormy about the earth and everything that's happening.
It really booms me with joy. I just love the earth, and I many times expressed that I want to die with the flowers and with the birds.
Stirring and uncomfortableness and fresh and destructive energy around, which is grating.
Trees, it's so beautiful, and I'm feeling quite tired, and I can just feel the earth calling to me.
Your body weather and your situations is grounding me and kind of welcoming me into this shared sense of care.
And we're going to hear a beautiful quote now from Brian Swim.
The denial of loss is the refusal to enter into the sacrificial event of the universe. It is an ongoing sacrificial event. If loss is embraced, every moment of our lives is understood as disappearing into the ongoing story of the universe. Our creativity is energizing the whole.
Use the walk, stop, run form that we use in Interplay. And I just invite you, we're going to add a 3-sentence story with this. If this is a form you're not familiar with, you can just, we're happy for you to witness. That's totally fine. You can turn your camera off and stay muted. But if you know this form and you'd like to participate, then we invite you to stand up. We're going to walk, stop and run. And then when you're ready, come forward to the camera and do your 3 sentences and then turn your camera off. So the thing we're going to play with is what made me show up today? What made me show up? Let's go. I am showing up because I don't want to sit on the sideline when the COP26 goals, all the discussions around this are happening. I don't want to sit on the sideline. I want to participate and I want to show up and I want to create art and I want to sing and dance and say, I love this earth.
I turned up today as I move and dance upon the earth, and it holds me. I can't afford to not be connected to the earth. It gives so much. What can I give it?
The truth is, we belong to country. Country does not belong to us.
For all our children. And because if I'm not here, they cannot even dream to be here. I owe it. I owe it to them. I love Mama Earth. I love Mama Earth. I love, 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 love Mama Earth. I love Mama Earth. I love Mama Earth. I love, 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 love Mama Earth.
It's about time that we also bring in the wisdom that our bodies hold and bodies before us have held, that are so they're so connected to the earth. The earth is us and we are the earth.
I like to play with hard things and know that there's so much creative energy that can happen when people come together to play, and new things can be birthed and new possibilities happen. And I want to be part of all of that on behalf of the earth.
I'm here because I belong to the earth and I love the earth.
At a cellular level, we are all connected, and this earth is so giving and loving and nourishing and replenishing and restorative. It's important to be a voice in this.
I'm here because this way of being gives me a path to connect my body with earth body, with human body, and a vehicle to speak truth and to be nourished at the same time.
I am here as part of the healing process of my body. I am here as part of the healing process of Mother Earth.
River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow the sea, you and me, river of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me.
भाड़ा तो गरीब कमाने वाला कहाँ से लेगा? इतनी बच्ची खेलते खेलते गटर में कूद के मर गई, खेलते खेलते गटर में गिर गई। जब तो से क्या पीछे से पर ये जो बिल्डिंगों का भी आता है ना पानी, हाँ तो पूरा आता है गंदगी, क्या तो कॉर्पोरेटर बोलता है करने का, सफाई करते हैं, तो वो कब करेंगे? River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me, river of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. River of humanity, flow, flow into the sea, you and me. Into the sea, you and me. Into the sea, you and me. The river of humanity, the river of humanity, you and me. Into the sea, river of humanity, towards the sea.
We're just going to take a moment of stillness, quiet, of silence. I like this on behalf of our earth, our beloved earth.
Hey, yeah, 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 yo, yeah, yeah, yo. Oh, hey, yo, hey, yeah, yo, yeah, yeah, yo. Hey, yeah, 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 yo. Oh, hey, yeah, yeah, yo, oh. Hey, yo, hey, yeah, 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 yo. Hey, yo, hey, yeah, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Now or never, it's time to make a change. Now or never, it's time to rearrange. Now or never, it's time to make a change. Now or never, it's time to rearrange. Oh, oh, oh. How can we become voices for the voiceless, who are dumped as garbage in the process of global development? Have a chance now to do some hand dances and talk. So a hand dance talk. I dream of all the rivers being cleansed from all the junk and the stuff that we throw into it. I dream of healthy water for every human being, every creature, every tree, every whale. I dream.
It's easy to take without realizing what we have already received, what we are receiving every single day. When I honor what I have received, it seems endless the amount that I want to give.
What alternatives do we have? What is most important to us? What are our priorities? I'm reminded of a quote from Gandhiji, who said, "The earth has enough for every person's need, but not every person's greed."
Focus not on what it looks like. Focus on what it feels like. All the things that we can't see, we can feel. All the languages we don't understand, we can feel. All the heartbeats. Breaths.
A little rain came. It's been a very hot day. And I just thought, wow, it'd be nice if we had a rain of compassion and wisdom over our planet. And all of our children everywhere were well and safe and happy.
As the veil thins at this time of year and even pulls away, the horror that lies beneath overwhelms me. And then I practice making myself available to change, to have that veil lifted and see not only the destruction and the pain and maybe the end of people, who knows? The darkness can go on and on and on. But the pulling up of my spirit, the pulling up before I see, the owning of the seeing the beauty, that's my work.
The love for the soil, the love for the seeds, the love for the plants, the love for the trees, the love for the birds, for the nests that they make on the trees. The shade of the tree that gives a person some peace. This is what I want to leave for the people behind me.
Now or never, restoring our earth, and now or never, now or never. It's time to make changes, and now or never, now or never.
सत्ता की हुकूमत हमें जन्म से मापी, हमारी सजा तुम्हारी हिंसा जो सदियों से नजर आती। समूची पितृ सत्ता, कन्या भ्रूण हत्या, खूनी का होना बरी, सरेआम गायब लड़की। समूची पितृ सत्ता, कन्या भ्रूण हत्या, खूनी का होना बरी, सरेआम गायब लड़की। ये है बलात्कार, ये है बलात्कार, ये है बलात्कार, ये है बलात्कार। बलात्कारी थे तुम, बलात्कारी हो 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 तुम।
What are you noticing? What is being raped? who is being raped, who are being raped? Any of those questions?
Yeah, I take ownership that I take a lot from this planet too.
I feel that the wisdom of the earth is being raped by our educational system, and I am part of this system.
Some sort of an ownership that, the feminine or a woman's body, has to be protected by the society, and also can be taken, like that dignity and respect can be taken away. It's like it's an object, and I see that same thing with nature and earth, that I own this piece of land, and so I can do whatever I want to, or like these resources, I pay for them, so I own them.
Whenever there's entitlement, then there is always someone that's not titled, and there is a rape going on there of there's an abuse.
I feel more invited to share that pain of the earth, annihilation of the earth, objectification of the earth, and to respect that. And I also feel the rapist is not outside of me. I can easily be a rapist of the earth.
The loss that happens when we're not in the connection of the wisdom.
I feel like rape happens for me because we've lost sense of the sacred, whether it's body or place.
To what extent have I been the rapist of Mother Earth and of the feminine?
2012 rape case, we had amended a lot of laws in relationship to rape. We amended the rape laws for humans. What about amending the rape laws for Mother Earth? And just seeing the filth that goes into the vagina, into the whole body. And that actually angered me, saying that, my God, you're the whole thing. And I'm not saying that, and again, the importance of the human body over the earth body. And I don't know, just seeing the filth really, really angered me. And I don't even know where we are in terms of the rights of the earth. And we expect her to breathe. And we expect her to continue to breathe and help us breathe.
A lot has been stirred up through this, and we'd like to just take a few minutes to allow some movement response. And I'm just going to do some humming and gather our intention of what we've just witnessed and shared today. Okay, so feel free if you want to stand up and move, that's okay, but this is like a dance on behalf of what we are expressing. Thank you. Hey, 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 oh. Oh, hey, hey, oh. Hey, 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 oh. Oh, hey, oh. Hey, hey, oh. 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 Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, 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 yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo. Namaste. So be it.
Question for you. It's a very interesting question, and if you take this question on, you will see things about your life that you may or may not like. And when we look into the planet in the realm of overgiving and overtaking, this question is, who is it for? Who is it for when all of these things are happening to our planet? Who benefits? Who is it for? Who is taking the action and who gets the benefit? Who is it for? Have you ever come to something and used the words, may I? May I take your land? May I kick you off it? May I send you to live in the swamp? Do you ever ask permission? Permission, agreement, consent. Permission, agreement, consent, permission. Who is it for? Who is it for when the girl is laying naked on the street and being raped? Who is it for? But she asked for it, didn't she? Who is it for? Who is it for to feel the power to take something from another, to take it, just to take it without agreement, without permission, without consent? Who is it for when the rivers run with filth and pesticide and all the runoff from building and development and cement and poison? Who is it for? It's for somebody else's pocket in a place a long, long way away. Who is it for? Who is it for? If you take this question on, who is it for? You will see on what fence you lie, what side. Am I a giver? Am I a taker? Am I an overgiver or an overtaker? And when we have overgivers, we have people coming in with their entitlement and taking for their own benefit. And they smile and they look and they say, this will do you good in the long run, but we're in the long run now. And when we see, we look and we think and thank God and, oh my God, and the children and the grandchildren, where will they live and what will they do and what will they eat and will they even have clean water?
I'm going to have a couple of side-by-side, 2 or 3 people for side-by-side story.
Who are the rapists? All the leaders at COP26 and all of us, you and me.
We cannot be separated. Yes, there might be those who are raping and those who are being raped. But this dynamic, the oppressors, they are also drowning in this relationship. To care for ourselves, care for each other. I care for you as a way to care for me. I care for me as a way to care for you. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I accept that we must be in this journey together.
I remember. I remember. I remember. I remember. We're all members.
I come from the sea. My memory is long, and my children, you are strong when you remember me. See you are me.
Letting it flow through me feels so good. I don't need to ignore it. I can be with it and let it move through me.
Witness another wherever they are in the journey and take a stand. Take a stand for those things that are just incomprehensible, like off the charts.
So what is happening in our whole educational system? What is happening in our churches and mosques and temples? We are worshipping God and destroying God in creation. We use play as a form of protest. It's a very powerful form of protest. So can we use, such an emergency that there has to be protest at this time.
What just pops into my mind is that play is disruptive, you know? Play disrupts things.
I think about the disruption. I think about it in the sense of invitation, inviting another way to exist, another way to be in this world, another way to be an earthling, in a way that really, gets back to this kind of core feeling of we are playing as part of Earth.
I know,
My waters swim by the shore, salt away your troubles, my children, my soul.
Disruption that needed to happen, or at least in my being, I thought, well, let's disrupt. And so that's just in one little way that interplay invites disruption, and it has a very profound impact, you know, to go from like a regular beat that we know where we are and everything's safe and we da-da-da-da and just and then you don't know where you are. It can happen in such simple and subtle ways.
Yeah.
To shake up, you know, shake up the setup.
And this is going to be a song of, I would like to offer this, activating hope. Never now. It's time to do things a bit differently. Time to do what we said we'd do. We gotta value what's important to me and you. Oh, it's time to try something new. Cause we're in this together. We're in this together. We're in this together. Now or never. Blessing to the earth.
the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the earth. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the earth. You're a blessing to the earth. You're a blessing to